Let's talk about alarm clocks. As with most things in my life, I'm very particular about the sound my alarm clock makes. It cannot be too whiny. It cannot be too music-y. It can't be too sing-songy. It can't be too chimey. It can't be too long for each sound. Basically, I like my alarm clocks to be less than... most chimes are less than a second anyway, so it's hard for me to describe. But it has to be very short sound, very abrupt sound, and like a honk rather than like a beep. In the last almost 5 years now, I've been solely using my phone as my alarm clock, which is not something I like to do. I would prefer a real designated alarm clock that sits on the nightstand, that actually has the clock on it that you can set. The problem with that is the snooze isn't long enough. And I know that sounds kind of petty, like, well, if you're setting the alarm, just get up. But here's what I mean. I have to hit the snooze. I cannot get up at the first ding of the alarm and be expected to do what I need to do. I have a wake up routine. So I set the alarm for an hour before I have to leave for whatever I'm doing. So in the case of school, I set the alarm for 6 o'clock because I have to leave at 7 o'clock. But I don't get up at 6 o'clock. I don't need that amount of time to get ready. And the beauty of my phone is it allows you to pick different intervals of time for the snooze function. And so I have mine set at 15 minutes. My snooze is set at 15 minutes, so that alarm goes off at 6 o'clock. Because I find myself hitting the snooze until I actually have to get up. And in the past, it was like a 3-minute snooze. I think the longest I had before this was a 9-minute snooze, which that was hard to follow. Like, one of the things that helps me wake up is doing a little bit of math in the morning, but that was almost too much. Like, how many times do I have to hit the 9-minute? Whatever. When I was doing the 9-minute snooze, I had to hit it 5 times. And it drove Mary Jane nuts because she's like, well, why don't you just set it for later? She doesn't understand my wake-up routine. I barely understand my wake-up routine. I wish I didn't have to do it, but my body doesn't allow me to not do it. So it's set for 15 minutes. So when it goes off at 6, I hit the snooze. It goes off again at 6:15. I hit it one more time. It goes off at 6:30. I hit it one more time, and it goes off at 6:45, and that's when I get up. 15 minutes from start to finish to get ready. Get up, go to the bathroom, do my hair, get dressed, sometimes make the bed, get Ellie up, change her diaper, get her to Mary Jane to get her morning started, and I'm out the door. There's also a lunch packing, treating the dog, like giving a treat to the dog. Like, I can do a lot in those 15 minutes. And that's all I need. That's all I need to get ready and go and be on my way. But the alarm clock specifically is pivotal to that. And this morning, that's not what I got. It was a little bit of a rough night last night. Ellie wasn't feeling super great. She kept waking up every once in a while until about midnight. So Mary Jane had to give her some extra cuddles. I had to give her some extra cuddles. Yes, they had to. We both enjoyed it. We loved it. But then at 20 to 6 this morning, this ear-piercing jingling starts coming into my ears and waking me up. I look over at my phone, and I could swear that it was coming from my phone. And even when I hit the button, it stopped. But that was merely coincidence in me and my half-groggy, partially awake, partially asleep state. Didn't realize that it was Mary Jane's phone, because it sounded like a different alarm than hers usually is. which was really annoying too. Because once you pick one, you got to stick with it. You can't change it. So it ended up being hers, but I woke up to it, and then I had 19 minutes. It's actually 5:41. 19 minutes to go back to sleep until my alarm went off at 6, and I did my whole routine again. So if you've ever had the feeling like you're forgetting something and you just don't know what, that's the feeling I'm having right now because my routine was slightly thrown off. So we'll see what the rest of this day holds, and I'll see you this afternoon.